The aim of any society, much like any craftsperson, is to reap the richest harvest with the lightest toil. Human advancement has always hinged on this, coaxing greater yields from the same exertion. It's why burdens once borne by human shoulders shifted to sturdy oxen, why rough trails gave way to rolling carts, steam engines, and roaring trucks. It's why countless minds have birthed tools and contraptions, thousands upon thousands, to ease the strain of labor. This truth is so basic it hardly needs voicing, yet it slips through the cracks of memory amid the clamor of fresh catchphrases. In the grand scheme of a nation, this principle translates to a singular focus, amplifying what's made. When that happens, having everyone occupied, free of unwanted idleness, follows naturally. The prize is output. Work is just the path to it. Full effort can't persist without full tasks, but filling every hand doesn't guarantee a brimming storehouse. Consider ancient clans, bare and scraping by, yet none sit idle. Or vast lands like those of the East, leaner than ours, where the struggle isn't joblessness, but outdated ways of making. Tools too simple, means too scarce. Keeping everyone busy is a small feat if divorced from abundance and turned into the sole aim. Tyrants once armed legions to the brim, wars swallowed. Every willing soul and shackled workers never lacked for chains or tasks. Force can always fill the roster. Yet lawmakers draft plans for total task bills, not total yield bills. Chambers of trade push for councils on keeping everyone busy, not on swelling the bounty, or even both. The tool becomes the target. The goal fades from view. Pay and jobs get debated as if they float apart from what's produced. Some cling to the notion that work is a fixed pile, so slicing hours, say, from 50 to 40, spreads it wider. Union quirks, like demanding extra hands for a simple tune, get a nod from onlookers who see only the added slots. Past relief. Schemes earned praise not for what they built, but for how many they kept moving, especially when the effort outstripped the gain. Better to have a thriving output with some openly resting on aid, if it came to that, than to tangle everything in busy work that muddies the flow. Progress has always trimmed the need for toil, not swelled it. Rising wealth has lifted children from mills, spared the weary years of the old, and freed countless from forced drudgery. Fewer need to labor here than in lands stretched thin by want. The real question isn't whether 70 million or 80 million will have tasks by decade's end, but what will be crafted, and how high will living rise. Sharing the spoils, so fiercely debated, grows simpler when the pile is vast. Clear thought demands focus where it belongs, on forging paths to plenty. The riddle of trade walls. Surveying the world's economic habits could make any keen observer wince. Why refine theories when the blunt tools of policy, especially across borders, lag centuries behind wisdom laid plain long ago? Today's trade curbs outstrip the clumsiest of olden days, driven by the same old urges and dressed in the same flimsy excuses. Over ages, the case for open exchange has been hammered out endlessly, perhaps never sharper than in those early pages that saw trade as a family affair. No sensible household forges what it can snag cheaper elsewhere. A baker doesn't stitch aprons, a potter doesn't grind flour. Each swaps their skill's fruit for what others do best. What holds for a hearth holds for a realm. Yet a thicket of errors keeps this simple truth snared. Chief among them, the habit of squinting only at the nearest ripple of a trade block, ignoring the waves it sends crashing through all. Imagine a maker of sturdy coats in a northern valley pleading to lawmakers. Without a steep toll on rival wares from across the sea, ruin looms. Their coats fetch $20, while foreigners offer the same warmth for $12. A $8 barrier, they argue, shields not just their shop, but the hundreds stitching and selling, whose coin ripples out to bakers and smiths. Lift that shield, and a chill of joblessness could spread. If they prove collapse awaits without it, the case often sways the council. The snag lies in staring only at that coatmaker's lot, or just the coat trade. It's spotting the spark while missing the shadows it casts. Suppose the facts align. An $8 toll keeps them afloat. Picture it gone. The shop shutters, workers scatter, local merchants feel the pinch. That's the loud, instant clang. But quieter notes play too. Coats drop to $12. Buyers snag the same quality and pocket $8, or trade up for finer threads. That $12 fuels looms abroad, while the $8 stirs life at home, perhaps in gadget workshops or orchards. Foreign coins then flow back, buying our wares, say, sleek bikes or crisp apples. Jobs don't vanish, they shift. Output climbs as each land leans into its strengths. Buyers everywhere win. Warmer here, peddling there. Flip it. No toll ever existed, and a call rises to slap one on. Coats jump to $20, new shops sprout, hands find work. But that $8 extra per coat isn't free. It's a levy, siphoned from every buyer's purse. To lift one trade, others shrink, less for boots, books, or barrels. 1,000 coatmakers rise, 1,000 others fade elsewhere. The gain blares, mills hum, payrolls swell. The loss whispers, spread thin, untracked, as countless small trades wither. That toll doesn't hoist wages overall. It lets coatmakers earn the going rate here, not there, but adds no net jobs or buying power. Worse, it dulls the edge of work. Resources twist into tasks we fumble, away from those we ace. Buyers stretch less with each dollar, squeezed by pricier coats and scant else. Whether wages dip or costs climb hinges on coin policies, but the tolls bite, dulling real earnings, holds firm. The muddle stems from old tales, walls guard us from foreign floods. They're battle lines, ditches and spikes in trade's path. We craft swift ships and smooth roads to shrink distance, then hoist tolls that choke the flow, cutting fares by $2 only to bar goods with a $3 gate. Efficiency rusts as trade stumbles. True, tolls pad some pockets, coatmakers thrive at buyer's cost. But it's no producer-consumer duel. Shielded trades gain, export champs, think fruit growers or gear crafters, stagger. Raise the wall too high, and foreign buyers vanish, starving. Outbound trades, the shift skews us toward weaker crafts, dulling the nation's edge. Over time, tolls don't swell jobs, they reshape them. Sudden swings can jolt work, yes, but steady barriers sap wealth and wages by misplacing effort. The root error? Peering, only at the shielded few, blind to the wider toll. Some ask, why not shield all makers? But that chokes the nimble who already outpace rivals, while piling costs on all. Clarity demands seeing gains, real for the few, and losses spread broad. Toll cuts help most, but sting some. New walls birth vested interests hard to unseat. The argument here isn't against all trade curbs, some tax for coin or safety, but against the myth they broadly save jobs or lift living. They don't. They dim it.